butterfly people, welcome again, and today I'm going to be showing you some before and after photos of my journey with EB. As I've said before, I have junctional EB, and yes, it is a normal thing supposedly for junctional EB that it does improve as you get older, but the thing with me is that some things did improve, other things actually got worse. And the other thing I'm not entirely sure of, as even though I was diagnosed with junctional EB, I'm not entirely sure what subcategories I have, because there are a few variations that, in spite of all my research that I've done, albeit online, there are certain things that I've had with this that don't seem to match any of the subcategories of EB that I've been able to see. For instance, I will show you the photos in a moment, but I have my hands and my feet are very, very similar in the fact that they may have started off as a blister, but they become a very hard crust type of sore, and those don't heal. I've had certain sores on my feet and my hands that have been there for 35 years and they've never healed. They are better, but they've never healed completely, and yet other ones have healed over time, and there would be a period of maybe up to 5 years where there's been nothing in that place, and then for some other reason it may either a shoe that was rubbing, or like in summer when I do struggle to walk because the heat I find quite bad for my skin, especially my feet. Then I use a crutch to be able to get around more easily, but then I'm putting extra pressure on my hand, so something may have healed, and then using the crutch will just flare it up again. And then also you will see the photos of my face, which was very, very badly affected, and it started as a young baby, just with, my mom described it as little lesions that kind of looked like pimples that had started, but they were tiny, tiny little blisters. And from there it developed into an open wound, which looked very much like a burn, and it started just under my nose area, and then it started under each eye. And that slowly but surely spread to cover about 80% of my face, and it was just this big raw open wound that just never healed. Then around about puberty, it started slowly started to heal on its own, and from there it wasn't long after that we changed to the natural medicines, and that definitely sped up the healing process. And it did heal completely at one point, and I was without any sore on my face for about 2 years. Then went through a very stressful time in our lives, and it came, a little one started again on the side of my mouth here. And that has been there now to varying degrees, and for about, it's now 8 years. It did almost heal, but then a trip to dentists last year, they were stretching my mouth to have a look inside, and it just spread over a period of about two weeks, and it hasn't gone back down to the size that it was before. And then we have my legs, which are mostly affected from the knees down, and that looks typical junctional EB. I will get a blister. From there, you have to pop the blister, and then it slowly but surely the top layer of skin comes off, and again it's a raw open wound that is bandaged and dressed and everything, and then it heals. My legs are very badly scarred. The blisters have scarred them quite substantially, but there has been a massive difference from when I was a child and even a teenager to what I have now, whereby the blisters, if a blister formed like near my knee or the top of my shin, just with normal walking or normal movement, or just the weight of the water inside of the blister would spread from right at the top of my knee, and it would extend, covering my entire shin, one huge blister. And again, it's part of the reason why I call myself the Butterfly Rebel, because I have done everything that the doctors told us not to do. And they always said, the doctors that I went to here in South Africa always said, don't pop blisters. And my mom first started doing it because she said, for that reason alone, is that if you didn't pop the blister, it would just get huge, and then it would get infected, and you know what, you know the story, you also live it every day. So I suspect that I have possibly 3 or 4 subcategories all in one, but short of having a DNA or genetic mapping done, which I believe is only available in the United States, I cannot be sure. Honestly though, it doesn't really make much difference to me whether knowing that or not. I live it every day. So from here on out, I'm going to share before and after photos with you. I will warn you that if you are not familiar with EB at all, some of the images you may find quite graphic, so I leave it completely up to you, but I'm going to let the pictures speak for themselves, and you'll be able to see the incredible improvement, not a cure, but incredible improvement from doing the natural medicines and working in the way that I've chosen to work and manage my skin. So I was going to say enjoy, but as I said, they can be quite graphic.